We search the country for the best detective in the United States, from top investigators on high-profile cases to medical examiners, forensic experts, and even private eyes. Thanks to your submissions, we've selected 3 incredible finalists and are asking you to decide who you think is America's greatest detective. Let's meet the top 3.
Hi, my name is Cynthia Garza. I am the Chief of the Conviction Integrity Unit of the Dallas County District Attorney's Office. Recently, my team successfully litigated the exoneration of Tyrone Day.
In 1989, Tyrone Day was charged with sexual assault at 19 years old. He accepted a plea deal by prosecutors and was sentenced to 40 years in prison. In 2015, after serving 26 years behind bars, he was granted parole, but had to register as a sex offender for life. 7 years later, he's walking a free man, thanks to the work of Garza and her unit. They excluded Tyrone Day from the crime scene by uncovering DNA evidence. Garza's unit also tracked down a witness who identified Day in 1989 without even seeing his face. Since 2010, Garza has helped exonerate over a dozen wrongful conviction cases and continues to work with the Dallas Conviction Integrity Unit to advocate for the innocent behind bars.
That drives this passion to be able to speak to the public and educate everybody, because it's with education that this information comes out and criminal justice reform efforts can be made.
My name is Alison Peacock. I'm a forensic investigative genetic genealogist. I'm the owner of FHD Forensics, and I'm also a chairman of the advisory board for Genealogy for Justice, which is an organization that raises funding for unidentified remains cases. I helped to reunite Holly Marie Klaus with her family in a 41-year-old cold case.
In 1981, the remains of a man and woman were found in Harris County, Texas. With no DNA technology available, the remains weren't identified and the case went cold. Behind the scenes, genetic genealogy was making its way into the world of forensics, combining DNA evidence with family history to advance the search for unknown remains cases. In 2021, Peacock used this new technology to relaunch an investigation into the case and positively identified the couple as 17-year-old Tina Klaus and 21-year-old Dean Klaus. After collaborating with several agencies across multiple states, Holly Marie Klaus was found the following year, solving a 41-year-old mystery. Peacock continues to raise funding for unidentified remains cases so her team can keep using genetic genealogy to solve even more.
Our role is to be there to fill the gaps for the things that the agencies can't do. I approach things with heart and with compassion, and so that means once you pick up a case, you don't put it down and until you get it solved.
All right, hello, my name is Detective Troy Looney. I'm an investigator with the Akron, Ohio Police Department, where I led the investigation into serial arson at Stanley Ford. I also teach several courses in the Digital Forensics degree program at the University of Akron as a senior lecturer, and I'm a master criminal investigator.
The case starts on Fulton Street in a suburb of Akron, Ohio between 2016 and 2017. 2 houses went up in flames, leaving 9 people dead. With a community left frightened and devastated, Detective Looney led a nationwide hunt for answers. By interviewing residents on Fulton Street, he was led in the direction of Stanley Ford, a man with known animosity towards his neighbors. Through additional evidence gathered from Ford's interrogation, surveillance footage, and items found at both locations, Detective Looney and his team developed a timeline of the fires, pointing back to their prime suspect. In 2021, Detective Looney's investigation came full circle when all the evidence was revealed in Ford's criminal trial. This led Ford to be convicted of aggravated murder and arson charges and get locked up for good. Detective Looney continues to serve for the Akron Police Department and uses his experience in the outside world to prepare future lead investigators in the classroom.
One thing about law enforcement and/or students, it's not just about the book knowledge, it's about applied science and how you can actually think. I tell them you have to be able to think and to become a sponge and a lifelong learner, because things change.
With your vote, one of these finalists will receive a $5,000 cash prize and be given the title of America's Greatest Detective. Visit the link in our bio to select your winner now.